University who specializes in earthquakes. He's also a seismologist, and he now joins us live from Istanbul. It's good to have you on our program. So when we see all of these aftershocks continuing to happen, a big one just today in one of the worst hit areas of 5.4, is every single aftershock a release of stress on that fault line?
Yes, but actually it is not exactly the release all the energy. So these felt aftershocks will be continue probably 1 year, and smaller one will continue 2 years during the aftershock area. So people don't feel about the afraid such kind of aftershocks, and they should continue to their life normally. And these kind of aftershocks will rapidly decrease the energy level, and also, as well as also the number of aftershock will rapidly decrease, and the time period between those events will be larger for frontier days. In future, near future.
We were talking to another scientist recently who said that along this East Anatolian fault line, there were about 300 years of tension built up along that fault line. And I guess you could say in these situations, a big one is due, or there needs to be some release of that tension. Is the same true for the fault line that could affect Istanbul?
No, it's definitely not, because these are some rumors that the earthquake triggering will talk about some of the geologists, but in seismology, which means that I am seismologist, there is no certain rule. So also the stress transfer is according to seismological theory, is available. That's why that the second large events occurred immediately after the first event due to the stress transfer. And stress transfer is mainly is around the main shock area, or both and the fault rupture, like Kocaeli earthquake stress transfer to the Düzce. So then Düzce earthquake occurred in 1999. Yeah. So still now in Izmir, in different state of Turkey, were afraid of such kind of explanation. But this is not scientifically true explanation. But people should understand that Turkey is one of the dangerous earthquake-prone country, and we have 500 fault line or more than active fault line. So there are some moderate size earthquake can occur at the same time during these aftershocks continue. Sure. This is not related to each other.
Definitely. And you know,
it's just coincidence.
In some earthquake zones, for example, California, people know along some fault lines that they are long overdue for a large quake. Is that true for the fault line that affects Istanbul?
No, of course, definitely no. But these are the rumors, and this is not scientifically true.
We want to make sure that we put those to rest, because you know people are afraid.
Sure, but problem is that, you know, the mass media, or actually media called earth scientists as an earthquake expert. But most of them, they are not seismologists. Yes. So in seismology, we use the physical behavior of the earth, and physical phenomena is very important. So none of the energy will trigger thousands of kilometers away from this origin.
And we've been hearing about this potentially 400-kilometer long, what has been called a fault rupture, and that scientists are awaiting pictures from the fault. What exactly are you looking to see, and what will that information potentially tell us?
Nowadays, just, you know, there is an earthquake consultation group formed by seismologists, geologists, and some civil engineers. Some of the geologists are already in the field. They visited there to measure about the fault rupture, and also displacement. These are the maximum displacement, and the fault trace will tell us that how the rupture is started and initiated, and how will affect about the region. So these are the combining with the seismological aftershock data, and we can make such kind of for future prediction, and as well as the understanding this behavior, and also the why we had a very huge damages in 10 different cities. So this kind of study should be done even every large earthquakes in all over the world. So for each disaster, each large events, we are learning new information. Then we can use this information for building up the earthquake resistant cities and earthquake resistant community.
So when oh, go ahead.
This is should be done. Then afterwards, all kind of collection of the information from the field, from the aftershock data, and we can continue some of the also fault mechanism solution from the digital earthquake records. We can understand how many ruptures occurred at the same time, how many deep, and what is the distribution of the asperities and barriers. So we can also understand that how many aftershock will occur and how many days will continue these aftershocks in that area as well.
Very interesting. So when you hear a phrase from a scientist like a 400-kilometer long fault rupture, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean that the Earth has moved along 400 kilometers?
This is just Earth breakdown, just not 400, I think, because the geologist friends call us about around 180 kilometers, and probably this research will continue. If this is the 400, the magnitude should be larger than 7.0. As far as we know, the 1939 Erzincan earthquake, the fault ruptured around 385 kilometers. Wow. So whenever the earthquake fault is very long, then should be the magnitude very high. So it depends, and there is some common relation between the fault length and the amplitude, and also the magnitude of the events.
You know, we were talking.
So this is very important for scientific and geological understanding of the main earthquake.
Yeah, and when we talk about the vastness of the damage area, you mentioned 10 provinces. That figure has been 110 square kilometers. The area, the size of the entire country of Belgium. Is that what you can expect when you have a fault line like this and it's a 7.7, 7.8, or is this unique and strange?
We know the location of the fault. We know the focal mechanism and the source of the earthquake. We are expecting another large earthquake in this region, Kahramanmaraş region, but we don't expect that the 7.7 magnitudes from this fault line. Probably this is not only one rupture, and there was some segmentation of the East Anatolian fault. So in this event, two fault segments ruptured together. That's why we had a 7.7 large earthquakes. According to some earthquake scenario research, Middle Technical University, the upper portion of the fault is expected to create the 6.9 earthquakes, and the southern portion will create in future 7.3 event. In this event at Sunday, probably these two ruptures together broken, then that's why the magnitude reached to 7.7. And plus, we don't expect such huge aftershocks. At least 6 class aftershocks occurred after the first rupture. And also, we never have been experienced about the two large events at the same day, very close to each other. So 7.7 earthquakes probably stress transferred to the neighboring fault, and it's already built up the certain stress level, and also the addition of the stress level trigger the second event. And also all these events is very shallow one, 7
Right.
kilometer or 10 kilometer. If the focus is in very shallow, nearby to the surface, the earthquake energy will not dissipate or will not attenuate quickly, and all these energy just hit to the cities. And plus, also this focal point or epicenter just in between three cities nearby. For example, it's very close to Antep, is almost 25 kilometers to the west, and it's 45 kilometers south of Marash, and also 55 kilometers east of Osmaniye. That's why this is very huge events and will create three very large aftershocks. This is unusual, and also very, very unusual case is the double earthquake occur at the same place within the same day. So it will also, unfortunately, and I'm very, very sad that this damage occur both these coincidence, and this is the first time probably in Turkish history, and it is very rare earthquakes in the world seismological history.
Yeah, and as you're speaking, we're seeing live pictures of rescue efforts going on in Gaziantep. Serif, excellent to talk to you. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.